What if I told you just 3 simple foods could quietly lower your blood sugar every single day without medication? And the craziest part is most people are either not eating them or eating them the wrong way. Let me explain. A 52-year-old man struggled with his blood sugar for years. Nothing extreme, but always slightly high. He tried to eat healthier, he tried to move more, but nothing really worked until he made one small change. He did not completely change his life. He did not follow a strict diet. He simply started eating 3 specific foods every single day. Within a few weeks, something surprising happened. His numbers started going down, not fast, not extreme, but steady. So what did he eat? Let us start with the first one, non-starchy vegetables. Now here is something most people do not realize. Not all vegetables affect your blood sugar the same way. Some can raise it, others can actually help control it. The ones you want are called non-starchy vegetables. These include spinach, broccoli, zucchini, cucumbers, and peppers. They are low in carbs but very high in fiber, and this is where things get interesting. Fiber slows down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream, so instead of a sharp spike, you get a slow, steady release. That means no sudden crash. No energy drop, no roller coaster. But here's the mistake many people make. They eat vegetables but combine them with the wrong foods. For example, eating vegetables with white bread or processed pasta, this can cancel out the benefit. So the real secret is not just eating vegetables, it is how you build your plate, and I will show you exactly how in a moment. But first, there is another food that works in a completely different way: legumes. This one surprises a lot of people because legumes like lentils, chickpeas, and beans contain carbs. So many people think carbs are bad for blood sugar, but that is not the full story. Legumes have something called a low glycemic index. This means they do not raise your blood sugar quickly. Instead, they release energy slowly over time, helping your levels stay stable for hours. Now here's something even more interesting. People who eat legumes regularly often have better blood sugar control, even when they eat the same number of calories as others. So it is not just about eating less, it is about eating smarter. But there is a catch. If you eat legumes the wrong way, you might not get the full benefit. For example, canned beans with a lot of added salt and preservatives, or eating very large portions all at once. The key is simple: moderate portions and clean preparation. Now we have covered vegetables and legumes, but the third food is where things become even more powerful: nuts and seeds. This group includes almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. These are rich in healthy fats, protein, and important minerals. And here's the key idea. When you eat fats and protein together with carbs, you slow down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream, so instead of a spike, you get a smoother response. Now here is something most people do not know. Eating a small handful of nuts before your meal can actually reduce the blood sugar spike from that meal. Yes, before the meal, that small habit can make a big difference. Now you might be thinking, I will just eat these 3 foods and everything will be fine. Not exactly, because there is a hidden mistake that can ruin everything. You can eat healthy foods every day, but if your meals are still full of processed carbs, sugary drinks, and large portions, then your blood sugar will still be unstable. Adding good foods helps, but removing harmful ones is just as important. Now here is where everything connects. The real power comes from combining these foods correctly. Imagine a simple plate. Half of your plate is non-starchy vegetables. 1/4 is legumes like lentils or beans, and a small portion includes healthy fats from nuts or seeds. This combination gives you fiber, slow-releasing carbs, and healthy fats, which leads to stable blood sugar, fewer cravings, and steady energy. And the best part is you do not need complicated recipes. A simple salad with chickpeas and olive oil, steamed vegetables with lentils, or yogurt with chia seeds can already start making a difference. But there is one more important piece: consistency. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to eat clean all the time. What matters is doing this regularly. Because blood sugar control is not about one meal, it is about what you do every day. Small habits repeated daily create real results, and that is exactly what happened to that man. He did not rush, he did not force it, he stayed consistent, and his body responded. So here's a simple recap. Non-starchy vegetables help slow sugar absorption. Legumes provide steady energy without spikes. Nuts and seeds improve how your body handles sugar. And when you combine them, you create a powerful system that works with your body. Now here's something to think about. There is one common food that many people believe is healthy, but it may actually be raising your blood sugar every single day. And most people have no idea. If you want to discover what that is, watch the next video, because avoiding that one mistake could change everything. Here's an extra 10 minutes of script you can paste directly at the end to extend your video. Before we continue, check the link in my bio and start lowering your blood sugar today. Now let us go a little deeper. Because knowing these three foods is powerful, but understanding how to use them in real life, that is what actually creates results. Let me give you a simple daily routine you can follow. Morning. Most people start their day with foods that spike blood sugar. Things like sweet coffee pastries, white bread, or sugary cereals. This creates a spike and then a crash a few hours later. Instead, try this. Add a small portion of nuts or seeds in the morning. For example, a handful of almonds or some chia seeds in yogurt. This helps slow down digestion from the start of your day and keeps your energy more stable. Now here's something interesting. When your first meal is balanced, your next meals are more likely to be balanced too. So your morning actually sets the tone for your entire day, midday. This is where many people lose control. Lunch is often rushed. Fast food sandwiches are something processed, but this is the perfect moment to use legumes, a simple meal like lentils with vegetables or chickpeas added to a salad. Can keep you full for hours and prevent those afternoon cravings. Because here's the truth. Most cravings are not about hunger. They are about unstable blood sugar. When your levels go up and down quickly, your body asks for more sugar. But when your meals are stable, cravings naturally decrease. Now let us talk about evening dinner, is where people often overeat, especially after a long day. But this is where non-starchy vegetables become your best friend. Filling half your plate with vegetables automatically reduces the total calories of your meal without making you feel deprived. And when you combine that with a small portion of legumes and some healthy fats, you create a meal that satisfies you without spiking your blood sugar before sleep. Now here is something very important. Late night snacks. This is one of the biggest hidden problems. Eating sugary or processed snacks at night can keep your blood sugar elevated for hours and affect your sleep. Instead, if you feel hungry, go for something simple like a few nuts. This keeps things stable without causing spikes. Now let me share a simple trick that can make all of this even more effective. It is not about what you eat, but the order in which you eat it. Start your meal with vegetables, then eat your proteins and fats, and leave carbs for last. This simple change can reduce blood sugar spikes significantly, even if you are eating the same foods. Now think about that. You are not changing what you eat. You are just changing the order. Small change, big impact. Now let me address something important, because a lot of people think I will do this for a few days and see results, but that is not how it works. Your body needs time to adjust. Blood sugar control improves gradually, day by day, week by week. So do not expect instant results. Focus on consistency instead. Now let me give you a realistic example. Imagine someone who starts adding vegetables, legumes, and nuts daily. At first, nothing feels different, but after a week, they notice fewer cravings. After 2 weeks, their energy feels more stable. After a month, their blood sugar readings begin to improve. This is how real change happens, not overnight, but steadily. Now here is another mistake to avoid. Thinking that more is better. Eating huge amounts of nuts or legumes can actually slow your progress. Balance is key. A small handful of nuts, a moderate portion of legumes, plenty of vegetables. That is the formula. Now let me ask you something. What is easier, following a strict diet that you cannot maintain, or making small changes you can stick to for life? Because at the end of the day, sustainability is what matters. Now here is something most people ignore. Hydration. Drinking enough water helps your body regulate blood sugar and improves how your system functions overall. Sometimes what feels like hunger is actually dehydration. Check the link in my bio and start lowering your blood sugar today. My free 7-day meal plan is available at www.zenovex.co.